What's going on with everyone hating Steven Lim? I remember him from the BuzzFeed days years ago and he seemed like an okay guy. He was definitely not widely hated. On my FYP page on TikTok I discovered that him and other ex-BuzzFeed members made a channel a few years ago, Watchers. They have now made a dumb mistake of canceling their channel on YouTube and requiring their fans to go to their own channel for $6 a month. Obviously it's very arrogant to think people will pay $6 a month just for them when fans can pay a bit more for YouTube Premium and have all of YouTube. I understand the backlash but don't understand why it's directed at Steven specifically when there are two other members. Answer: the recent issues with Watcher are the culmination of many issues, including parasocial relationships, misinterpretation of audience expectation, what many fans are calling not reading the room, and a disconnect between what Watcher wants to do with its channel and what the fans want and expect from the channel. Steven Lim has been caught in the middle of basically all of these issues. First and foremost, when Shane and Ryan made the move away from BuzzFeed, many fans felt reassured that a larger company wouldn't keep trying to meddle with a dynamic that worked perfectly fine, in their opinion, without meddling. BuzzFeed Unsolved, prior to the move, had branched off as its own BuzzFeed-affiliated channel and introduced many smaller productions to run during the down periods of the Unsolved show while it was being produced, and these series tended to receive lukewarm and sometimes negative responses from fans. Many fans were not interested in the channel because of the true crime content, but because they liked the dynamic between Shane and Ryan. Bloating the Unsolved channel with content not affiliated with Ryan and Shane frustrated many fans. Thus, when Shane and Ryan made the move to Watcher, fans felt reassured that their new content, suddenly completely within their control, would move back to the simple, low-budget rapport between two internet personalities that fans had started watching Unsolved for. However, along with their newfound independence, Shane and Ryan introduced Steven Lim to the production team and quickly began featuring him more prominently in their videos. This marked the first big departure from what fans had grown to expect from the duo, now markedly a trio, but most fans at this time did not seem especially concerned about the change. Steven Lim could, in some fans' minds, have started the changes that they inevitably began to resent about Watcher, but this could also be a case of correlation not equaling causation. As in, just because Lim joined the production around the time that big changes started happening, this doesn't necessarily mean those changes were his fault. Over time, Watcher began upping their production costs and improving the overall quality of their series. They hired many new staff members and began experimenting with different genres of content. Looking through their video logs, the newer stuff tended to be hit or miss. The more traditionally aligned videos could receive millions of views while newer genres would often lag far behind. Steven Lim attempted to create different series over this time to varying levels of success. Notable are his food vlog-style videos that many fans have come to reference for their allegedly ostentatious presentation. Some videos feature Lim trying exorbitantly expensive dishes, like steaks sold for thousands of dollars or foods made with gold leaf. In the face of Watcher's plans to put their content behind a paywall, fans have referred to these videos of Lim's extensively as proof that he's pushing Shane and Ryan to support his allegedly lavish lifestyle. As it is, there's no proof that Steven Lim has done anything he's been accused of, but he tends to be interpreted as the least charismatic of the three and, as mentioned above, he arrived relatively late in Shane and Ryan's Unsolved/Watcher careers. Both, together, had become very popular with fans long before Lim entered the group publicly, which proved itself to be a difficult audience to infiltrate. Many fans just didn't consider Lim to be likable enough to fill as much airtime as he was suddenly being given. Additionally, all three seem interested in creating bigger productions while many fans feel that their content was most enjoyable when it was less expensive. Watcher expresses interest in growing and continuing to expand, and the fans find that the new, higher-produced aspects of the content impede on the parts of it that they originally enjoyed. This creates an impasse between the creators and consumers. Should Watcher ignore their desires for the channel for the fans' sake, or should they continue pursuing their dreams of a bigger production and risk losing views? Their current predicament has resulted from their decision to pursue the latter route. As in, Watcher decided to embrace higher production costs despite this not being what fans asked for. Fans feel betrayed by this decision. Many don't want to believe that Shane and Ryan, who they've come to view in a certain way over the years, could make a decision that they consider so viewer-unfriendly. To some extent, their parasocial relationship with these content creators has made them turn their attention to Lim, who they consider to be the weakest link among the three. Whether or not any of this is Lim's fault is so far undetermined, but the combination of fans' generally tepid reception of him and his penchant for spending a lot of money for his food productions has made him a convenient scapegoat. Overall, it's unlikely that Lim could force Shane and Ryan to make a decision this big without either of them being on board with it, but the fanbase was abruptly made to feel like their favorite creators not only didn't care about them, but also that they were actively trying to scam them, which has led to a lot of people grasping for any reason they can find to absolve Shane and Ryan of at least some guilt. Currently, with little to no feedback from Watcher after dropping the video, we can't know for sure how fan opinion will develop from here. For now, many fans have turned their attention to Lim as the main perpetrator of Watcher's downfall. You left out a major part. A few weeks ago, Watcher put out an update video to show fans what the day-to-day of the company is. In that video, they essentially said Steven became the de facto CEO because neither Shane nor Ryan were particularly good at handling money, running the team, making decisions, or acting like a boss. So while I'm sure meetings were held before the decision to leave YouTube and charge fans a monthly fee for content, the majority of the blame is heaped on him, because just weeks ago we were told he was in charge. On top of that, during the video explaining that there will be a fee going forward, Steven made the unfortunate comment that at only $6 a month it's something everyone could afford. A lot of people took offense to that phrasing given the complete mess the American economy is in right now. Not everyone could afford another streaming service, especially not one with so little to offer. It was perceived as tone-deaf. And on top of that, he apparently made an Instagram post I haven't read yet that really doubled down on all the parts of the video fans took issue with, most claiming it was even more insulting than the video itself.